Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Asiana here. It's wonderful to get to practice with you today. This really kind of gorgeous afternoon. I love it right after the rains. Oh my gosh, when everything just feels really nourished, right, alive. There's both this kind of like sense of groundedness, right, of stability, but also like I can really feel like this almost malleable connection to all the plants and the trees. I'm on this big, and I bet you're gonna wonder why, self-care activism kick. And so I just want to continue to charge us to kind of independently, individually, really tend to our health, our harmony, our strong immune systems. And I venture to say, those of you that are here, I see Stephanie's with us and Ren, yay. And actually, I'm going to get a little closer up so I can see. Carmen, wonderful. I imagine you all are really well-versed at what supports you and your just regulation on the planet. But as we're considering kind of opening up the studio and having practices here together, like what can we really do to keep our systems really clarified, right? And I just really, I really feel like that's what we're up to right now. So let's just really strengthen our breath, right? Prana, life force energy, eat good foods, drink lemon water when you wake up in the morning, maybe lime if it's feeling a little too warm out. Lime is a little more cooling than lemon. Little Ayurvedic tidbits, and that'll kind of put our digestive system online. We're going to do some twisting today in light of supporting our digestive system. We'll get a little fluid with it. Surprise! We are a fluid system, right? We are a fluid system. We are a living system, right? And when we can really like dip into that strength and fluidity, right, we can adapt and really be resilient during these incredibly transformational and polar times, right? And as a fluid system, right, we get to work with sound to evoke kind of a little bit of change, a little bit of movement. It both kind of evokes and also allows, right? So let's go ahead and bring our hands, palms down on our knees, and inhale, let the belly expand, and we're going to slowly circle through the front of our pelvic bowl. And then the exhale, there'll be a bit of rounding, almost like a cat stretch through the back of the pelvic bowl, and feel all the sensations along the way. And I really appreciate kind of this access to sensations through my pelvic floor as well. Again, water element has magnetism to earth, right? Feel your connection. Just feel your connection. Almost like the roots of a tree kind of winding deep into the soils of planet Earth. Kind of soaking up the waters of the rain. I really feel like, right, the rain, let this be kind of our tears of happiness, our tears of grief, our tears of transformation, because it really begins to soften the soils of the earth body, right? And that sort of instigates transformation. So can we feel free to cry? Yeah. Because there's a lot of emotions. We just want to literally keep them in motion. Whew. And And then when you're ready, we're just going to switch directions with this. And close your eyes down if they're not already, and allow your attention to weave inside. And then slow down this circle just a little bit more rounds here. And then let your fingertips kind of curl around the front of your knees for support. Let's exhale, a little seated cat stretch, chin toward throat. Slow, full inhale, expand the belly, roll to the front edge of your sit bones. Start to round through the front body, a little seated cow stretch. And just take that 2 more rounds of breath. And really, can we really allow ourselves to land here, now. Good. And then breathe in, and let the next inhale just restack your spine. Shoulders lift towards your ears. Elbows can bend a little bit as you pull them back and down and forward. And take a couple more shoulder rolls here, and let the head do a little bit of a sway, a little stir in whatever way feels good to you, right? You are your self-care advocate. Shoulders back and down now, a little lengthening through the crown of your head. And let that root you in through the base of your spine as well. And so Sushumna channel way, right? Our whole spinal cord enlivened, connecting the points between the heavens and the earth. And everything in between. To deepen your breath, belly expands as you breathe in. And belly softens as you breathe out. Just really allow yourself to both receive the breath and feel the breath as an offering as well, as we really support the strength of the breath on this whole planet. And then really just allow your prayers, your intentions to come to mind. And as we bring our palms together in front of our heart, I'm just going to add a little dose of trust, presence. Good, and just allow yourself to feel 3 more rounds of breath. And as you breathe, you might just notice how your system is fluid. Maybe there's like a settling into the waters of presence. Maybe little tiny micro movements. 2 more breaths. And working with the element of sound, right? This is magnetizing our intentions through the waters, not only inside our bodies, but the rivers, the oceans, connecting all around us. So, and make it really rich and full at the base of your spine, right? Oh, at the heart, again, at the third eye. And again, just really vibrate, right, from the inside. 3 rounds. We're going to take this slow and full. Deep inhale. It's an open mouth exhale. And we'll breathe in here for Tony.
Another deep breath in, feel your intentions, let them kind of pervade every cell of your body. And then as you exhale, can you actually relax into your intentions? Almost like you're kind of softening into the deep ocean. Beautiful. Now please breathe in and just reach your biceps slowly by your ears. We'll keep our palms together here. And then just for a moment, interlace your fingers and press your palms toward the ceiling. Give it a little bit of a reach. Yeah. Still that magnetism to the earth as you sway to one side, maybe a little stir on the back of your neck. Inhale, it lifts you center, and then we exhale, a little sway to the other side. Good. And just take that once more on each side. Belly kind of lifts to the heart. And then as we breathe in, it's just a gentle lift center. Exhale, pivot to the left. And then just release the hands. So the left hand behind you, the right hand to the top of the left knee. It's a little bit of a twist here. Couple of breaths, just warming and tuning. You got it. Now breathe in, and we're just going to unwind center. Biceps by ears. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms toward the ceiling. A little lengthening here. Next, exhale, a little sway to one side. Maybe a little stir of the head, the neck. The inhale will lift us center, and then we'll take this to the other side. And then breathe in. That's all. Lift center. Now this time we'll pivot to the right. Release the right fingertips behind you, left hand, top of right knee. Good. Deep inhale. We'll twist through the inner belly there. Oh, I'm twisting and peeking at some beautiful irises here. Yay. Flowering Ganesha. Now breathe in. We're just going to lift center, biceps by ears. This time, fingertips just kind of stir. Now exhale, pull the pubic bone back a little bit, and we're bowing forward. Bring the hands to the earth in front of you. And then pull the pubic bone back even more. It might support a little like belly lifting to heart. And then just round through your back body. You can walk the hands forward a bit more. Forehead kind of rest toward the earth, maybe on the earth. And just stay here. Good. I was just peeking at the requests. So shoulders and neck. Yes, yes, yes. We've got 2 more rounds of breath. You got it. Now belly button pulls towards your spine. Let that action round you up vertebrae by vertebrae. Just let your hands kind of drag on the earth in front of you as that happens. Then lift the shoulders to your ears. Crown of your head lifts. A little bit of shoulder rolls again. Maybe a little sway of the head, the neck. Yeah. And then we're just going to slide the hands under our knees here. And we'll straighten our legs for a moment just to kind of give the hamstrings a little bit of relief. Press through the heels, point the toes, right? And then a little circling, ankles,
head and neck. Right, and then opposite direction. Good. And then we're going to bend the knees again and just bring the opposite leg in front. Breathe in, biceps by ears. Breathe out and just reach the arms out beside you like a T from the heart and just kind of press through the fingertips. Take another deep breath in. And then as we exhale, we're just going to cross the right arm over left. And then keep the right arm straight and then just bring the left hand kind of to the outer right shoulder and then just start to kind of brush over the outer arm there. And just kind of opening up that shoulder. You can kind of brush off the fingertips. Do that a couple of rounds. And again, just kind of navigate this in whatever way feels good to you. Kind of brushing. A little bit of massage there, right? And then we'll keep the right arm there and just hook kind of that left forearm right above the right elbow. Take a deep inhale, pull the right shoulder down as much as possible, and then maybe there's a little bit of a stir through the back of the neck. Couple of breaths, keep the spine lifting. It's just a really nice way to open up the shoulder blade there. So much going on. Sternocleidomastoid muscles. Yeah. And then we'll come center. I could feel Stephanie right then. And we'll stack the right forearm on top of the left for just a breath in. Frame the head. Spread the arms wide. Yeah. And then again, arms straight out from your shoulders. Woo. And this time it's the left arm over right. Keep the left arm straight and the right hand comes to the outer shoulder and then just start to kind of draw the hand kind of over that outer left arm and kind of roll off the fingertips. A few more of those. Whew. Last one. Good. And then let's hook the right forearm kind of above the left elbow. That'll kind of squeeze in. Pull the left shoulder down as much as possible and then lengthen your spine. You got it. Maybe some little micro stackings of the vertebrae and then you can explore slight movements through the head, the neck. Breathe. Good, good. And then inhale, come center. We'll stack the left forearm on top of the right. Another breath in, frame the head with your arms, and then just kind of stretch the arms in whatever way feels good to you. You might bring it to a little cactus arm there. Then fingertips to the earth in front of us. Let's come onto all fours. If you want a blanket, feel free. Hands are a little bit wider than our shoulders, okay? Let's have them a little wider, and then bring your knees as wide as your mat. Bring your big toes together. And then for just 3 rounds of breath, come to extended child pose here. So belly kind of nestles between your thighs, and really relax as much as possible. The shoulders soften. The jaw. One more breath. Good. Now keeping the knees wide, we're going to lift toward all fours, big toes as together as possible. And then just start to stir the hips here. You might scoop the tailbone a little, kind of press through the back body. And then you might kind of open up through the front body, a little cow-esque movement. And it's, just really fluid, your body's jaw. And it's not a very big circle, right? And then just switch directions. That SH sound is like the ocean. Good. Now come center. You're going to anchor that right hand. Inhale, left arm slowly lifts to the sky. You can kind of peek up. Little swirl of the wrist for a moment. Then another breath in, lengthen. And as we exhale, slow, we're going to string the left arm under the right armpit. The knees are still wide. See if you can kind of draw that outer shoulder as close behind your right hand as possible. And then the side of your head is on the earth. Now you can keep your right hand where it is, or walk the right fingertips to the front of your mat. There's a little bit of a scooting of the hips to the left. Take a deep breath in. Let's do a little Z sound. Kind of pop it out. If you want to just stay in silence, that's fine as well. 2 more. Good, and then we'll kind of walk the right hand back to where it came from. Move slow. Inhale, unstring the left arm. We are going to lift the left arm back to the sky. And let's pull the fingertips behind us, a little peek over the shoulder, and then circle the left hand back to the earth. Again, a little wider, so the pinky's kind of draped over the side of your mat. Now breathe in, slow, the right arm lifts to the sky. Swirl the wrist for a moment. And then breath in, big lengthening. Now exhale, string the right arm under the left armpit. Again, see if you can get the shoulder as close behind in alignment with the left hand as possible. And then maybe walk the left fingertips to the front of your mat as you scoot the hips to the right. Deep breaths. Last one. Good. And then the left hand back to where it came from. Inhale, slow, the right arm lifts to the sky. And then the right fingertips reach kind of behind you, a little peek over the shoulder, and then just bring the right hand to the earth. And then you can keep the hands a little wider than your shoulders. Step your knees together, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. This is a long time to stay bent kneed. Lift your heels here. And reach the earth away, really lengthen there. You can feel that kind of support of the moist soils, kind of giving you strength through your body. And then bend the right knee, press the left heel, left hand, and then just switch it out. We're moving slow. Yeah, and then any other little stirs, little movements here. Breath guiding you. Maybe the heels kind of drape over to one side, a little peek over the opposite armpit, under rather, and then other side perhaps. Ooh. And then eventually, little pigeon toe of your feet here as you come to downward facing dog. Relax the neck. Puff up the armpits a little bit and feel into 3 full slow rounds of breath here. Good, good. And then just slow, deliberate steps just to the front of your mat. We'll have the feet approximately 2 fist distances apart. Let's interlace our hands and just drape them over the back of our head so our inner arms are kind of draped over our ears here. It's a really nice way to open up the thoracic spine and the neck. A few deep breaths, and again, relax.
the whole torso. Lift kneecaps a little bit to your hips and internally rotate your thighs, right? This sort of fine-tuning and refining the strings of you. And one more breath. Yeah, and then just release your fingertips toward the earth, maybe on the earth. Breathe in and just slide the hands mid-shins. Lengthen the spine, a little gaze up. And then exhale, just take a deep forward fold. So little pulses there. Uttanasana. Inhale, partway lift. So Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, forward fold. Take that 2 more rounds of breath, please. Good. Now exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees a little deeper. Let's let the arms and head be heavy. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Plug your tailbone into the earth and round up vertebrae by vertebrae. There might be a subtle sway. And as you eventually come all the way up, there'll be a little shoulder roll, micro bend the knees. Crown of your head lifts. Continue a slow shoulder roll. Ooh. Yeah. And then breathe in. We're going to reach our arms straight out in front of us. Just let your fingertips kind of drape through space. Then biceps by ears here, lift. Bend the right knee, reach through the right shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, little pulse through the hand, and then other side. Right, once more on each side. You can just sense your pelvic floor connected through the root of your tongue. And then breathe in, lift center. Exhale, a little bit of a back bend there as you slide through to cactus arms, and we are going to interlace our hands behind us. And this time, just draw your knuckles kind of toward your outer heels. Take a moment, draw the earlobes back, chin to throat, almost like you're double chinning it, and then a little drape of the inner gaze over your right shoulder. Whew. Just adapt for you, and then other side. And then inhale, kind of center, bend the knees even deeper, like Utkatasana. Pull the pubic bone back. It's a really slow bow forward. Eventually straighten your knees, crown to the earth, and then kind of pull shoulders and ears away from each other. 3 breaths. You got it. And then breathe in. We're going to bend the knees pretty deep here. Come to Utkatasana, so biceps by ears. Then exhale a little deeper in the knees. Another deep inhale, stay here. And then exhale, slide the hands through prayer and take a slow forward fold. You can straighten the knees now. And then just a little halfway lift here, a little sip. And then exhale, take a forward fold and step your right foot to lunge. And zip up the inner thighs, right? Puff up the mid-back a little bit and see if you can keep that puff as you slowly rise up. Then shoulders roll back and down, micro bend your back knee and just kind of stir your fingertips toward the earth next to you. Continue that and kind of straighten the back knee. Shoulders back and down, a little stir. And it's almost like you're kind of doing this little tailbone pelvis scoop as well. And of course, navigating in your bodies. Ooh, and let's keep that back knee straight now. Sweep biceps by ears. Inhale. And then exhale, tiny back bend. Kind of soften the neck, the shoulders. Another big breath in. And then exhale, cartwheel, left hand behind you, right? Right arm lifts to the sky, a little peek over the left shoulder and breathe. And then just bring the left hand to your sacrum and see if you can hook The right elbow, outer left thigh, or the right hand comes to the earth, inner foot. Wherever you are, the inner belly twists to the left. You can keep the left hand on your sacrum or reach it behind you, or drape the left palm over the right fist. Breath is so full. See if you can draw a little bit more space between your shoulders and ears. One more breath. So legs are so strong here. We're going to unwind center, straighten your front knee. Keep your back heel lifted, biceps by ears. And then exhale, bend the front knee, hands palms up next to your hips. Stay here for a moment. And then bring your fingertips to the earth. Stick with me. Heel toe your left foot to the left hand, inner left foot. Now breathe in and dip into the right hip. Track the heart forward. Now breathe out. Straighten left knee. Keep the right heel lifted and then puff through the mid-back. Little peek toward the belly button. Try that one more time. Good. Now we'll bend the left knee. Spin the right heel to the earth parallel to the back of your mat. And then we're walking the fingertips right as you step the left toes forward. So prasarita here. And I'm going to spin around. Yeah. Keep a little bend to your knees. Walk the hands directly under your shoulders for now and see if you can dome up the palms. And then a little bit of a bounce in the knees, just a little pulse there. And the elbows, kind of draw the heart toward the earth and then a little lift of the back of the heart between the shoulder blades. And then a little bend to the right knee, a little stir to the right. Puff through the back body through center and then left knee, little stir to the left. Try that in the opposite direction. And now pull the pubic bone back as you walk your hands out in front of you. Weight is centered between your hips. Relax the neck. Inhale, see if you can draw the belly button back and then roll through the spine. Earlobes draw back and then it's a little throat opening at the end of that. And then it's a release as you exhale. It'll lean into the heels and the sit bones. Try that again. Good. And then just settle for a couple more breaths. Whatever feels good to you. You got it. And then just take your time. We are going to walk our hands toward the left foot. Pivot the left toes to the front of your mat. Come onto the ball of your right foot. And then bring your right knee to the earth. Yeah. And then just drag your left foot back to meet your right. Sit bones to your heels and let your forehead rest here. And this time, bring your hands palms up next to your ankles for balasana. Good. And then maybe there's a little bit of a sway of the torso as you feel a deep breath in. Let be a deep hum. One more. And now stillness and silence, 3 breaths. Please, biceps by ears. And as you peek between your thumbs, imagine a little crystal ball right in front of your nose. We're going to gently scoop that little ball to the front of our mats. kind of slithering through little Bhujangasana, and just draw that little crystal ball right inside your throat. Ah, it's magic. Then soften slightly. Inhale, little Bhujangasana, shoulders back and down. Ah, and then exhale, a little softening. It's a nice little belly massage as well. One more. Tuck your toes. See if you can push up through plank. You got it. And then take it to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Please breathe in and reach your right toes to the sky. Pause here. Really slow circle of the right ankle and toes, really deliberate, and then switch directions. Yeah, and then breathe in, reach that leg, reach, reach, reach. Slow exhale. It is a big step through to lunge. Take a moment, zip up the inner thighs and see if you can puff through the back body as you kind of rise up. Shoulders roll back and down. Whew. Micro bend that back knee. Fingertips kind of stir space next to the hips. Pull down with the shoulders. And just try that a couple of rounds. The pelvis might be doing a little bit of a undulation with that. So it's like we're kind of digging deep into the soils of our body, but we're also just kind of liberating energy, right? Releasing. Whew. Now breathe in, the back knee straightens, right? Biceps by ears. Lift. Stay here, exhale, shoulders, neck. Whew. Another breath in. And then just cartwheel the right arm behind you, left arm to the sky. There's kind of a diagonal drawing of the shoulders away from each other. Peek over the right shoulder. And then the right hand to your sacrum, and either hook the left elbow, outer right thigh, or bring the left hand to the earth, inner foot. Now you can keep the right hand on your sacrum. Maybe you reach the arm behind you. It offers a little bit of a neck stretch, or you can kind of drape the right palm over the left fist. Breathe. You got it. Now legs are so strong. We're going to unwind center while straightening the front knee. Keep the back heel lifted up. And then exhale, bend the front knee. Hands palms up on either side of the hips. Pause for a moment. And then fingertips to the earth. And we'll bring the hands to the inside of the right foot and heel toe the right foot out just a bit. Hands are shoulder distance. Dip into the left hip flexor. It's almost like an upward facing dog motion through the torso. And then straighten the right knee. Left heel is lifted, puff through the mid back. Try that one more time. Good. Now breathe in, bend the right knee, left heel to the earth, parallel to the back of your mat. Prasarita on this side. So feet are wide and parallel. Now stick with me here. Bring your left palm under your sternum, a little buoyancy through the knees. Now pull the left pubic bone back and reach through the crown of your head. Breathe in and reach the right arm to the sky. Shoulders pull back and down. Lengthen your neck. We have 2 breaths here. Good. Now micro bend the knees, little strength. See if you can float the torso center, wings like flying from your heart. And then the right hand to the earth. Inhale, left arm lifts, kind of lengthen, pull the right pubic bone back. 2 breaths. You got it. Now inhale, strength,
Fly, float, center, prana. Interlace your hands behind you. Draw knuckles and ears away from each other, strength. And then slow bow forward, right? Knuckles and ears away from each other. We just have 3 breaths here. Maybe some tiny movements, maybe stillness. Now release your hands to your sacrum. You might give it a little bit of a pat, gentle. And then just brush your hands down your outer legs, off the tips of your toes, hands under shoulders, lengthen your torso, and step your heels closer than your toes. Bend the knees deep. And then see if you can kind of round it up, vertebrae by vertebrae, straighten your knees now. Whew, biceps by ears. Starfish, palms open. And then exhale, bend your knees, come to a little bit of a cactus pose here. Cactus arms rather. And then take a few moments and just be a little sway. Reach the arms long. Now eagle arms, right arm on top. Or any variation, you can just keep your elbows stacked if that feels okay, or eagle arms. Straighten the knees now, lift the elbows. And then exhale, bend the knees a little bit. And then it's a slight bow forward, not very far, just the neck and the upper back. See if you can do a little bit of a sway. I'm kind of scooping my tailbone as well a bit. And then inhale, kind of straighten, little lift, back of the neck. Bend the knees now, hug the elbows to the heart, so a little different. Yeah, maybe bend the knees a little bit deeper. And then if you want, little circles with the elbows. And then the other direction. Whew. Now straighten the knees. Stack right forearm on left and just spread the arms wide. Bend the knees. And then left forearm over right. Inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, bend the knees. And now a scoop of the tailbone slightly and then squeeze through the back body. Of course, adapt this for you. Maybe there's a little bit of a stir. It looks something like this on the side. And then breathe in. We're gonna straighten the knees and lift center. And this time, strong legs. So just bend the knees, a little saddle pose, elbows kind of hug in. And then from here, feel free to explore little circles through the elbows. Opposite direction. Ooh. And then straighten the knees, frame the head with your arms, biceps by ears, and lift. Now interlace hands behind you. Step the feet parallel and wide, sternum lifts. Bend the knees a little bit. That's going to accommodate pulling the pubic bone back, strong core. Lengthen through your crown. One more bow forward here. And really deliberately lengthen your neck for just a breath. Release the hands and just let them brush down the outer legs, the tips of the toes. And now we're going to walk the hands on either side of the right foot. Pivot on the ball of the left foot. Bring the left knee to the earth, so catch a little bit of a hip flexor stretch. Ooh. And then drag the right foot back to meet the left. Child pose, hands, palms up on either side of your ankles. Let your forehead rest. Deep inhale. Now let it be a pursed lips exhale. Just let go of any tightness, right? Any rigidity. 2 more.
And then go ahead and reach your biceps by ears. Little scoop of the tailbone. We're going to lift onto all fours here. And then just walk the hands about one hand distance forward. Keep scooping your tailbone. And then tilt your thighs to the earth. Elbows bend a little bit here. And then pull the shoulders back and down. Heart sips forward. And then come all the way down. We're going to come to Sphinx pose. So bring the forearms underneath your elbows under shoulders, forearms to the earth, excuse me. Take a moment here. There's a little nestling of the shoulders back and down. You are lengthening the back of your neck, but you're kind of drawing your chin and earlobes back a little bit. Yeah. And just kind of explore some deep belly breaths here while relaxing your low back. You got it. And then just pivot your left fingertips towards your inner right elbow. So the left forearm is parallel to the front of your mat. We're going to keep the left shoulder drawing back and down as we bend the right knee. And then if you can, shift your weight to the left forearm and kind of backstroke the right arm and take the top of the right foot with the right hand. And then see if you can spin your fingertips forward so the right elbow lifts toward the sky, or any variation. Pull the left shoulder back and down and start to draw the right rib cage forward as you track the right heel towards your right sit bone. 3 breaths. Good. Now without slingshotting, release that foot. Stack your hands in front of you. Release your forehead on the backs of your hands and let the tailbone do a little bit of a stir side to side, like you're wagging your tail for just a moment here. And then stillness. Breathe. Holy bodies. And then forearms to the earth, so back to Sphinx pose. Just kind of set this up and feel like these natural refinements as we connect deeply into the center of breath. Ooh. And then we're just going to pivot our right fingertips toward our inner left elbow. So the right forearm is parallel to the front of your mat. You can kind of shift your weight a little to the right forearm as you bend your left knee. And then just working it out in your bodies. You might backstroke the left arm, take the top of the foot, maybe spin the elbow toward the sky, maybe not. It's okay. Pull the right shoulder back and down. The left rib cage draws forward. Deep breaths there. Ooh. And then just a slow release. Stack the hands, opposite hand on top this time. Forehead rests and let the tailbone wag for a moment. And then stillness. Breathe. Good, good. Now a couple of choices here. If it's possible, there's zero competition. If it's possible, feel into you, bend both knees. Sweep the hands around you and see if you can take your outer feet or ankles. If that's not comfortable, just interlace your hands at your sacrum. If you've got the ankles, draw your inner knees together, flex your feet. Press your knees into the earth. And then press the feet into your hands and have that be what lifts your heart. Draw your earlobes back. Maybe lift your thighs. If you got your hands interlaced at your sacrum, just lift your torso and then spread your legs long and then just lift into this kind of version of focus. We have 3 breaths. And come all the way down. Take your time. Stack your hands once more under your forehead. Relax everything here and just kind of sense, almost like the heartbeat, sending these concentric circles through your ocean body. And just receive and offer at the same time, connecting to the heartbeat of nature, of you, which is really one in the same. Yeah, and really with no hurry whatsoever, we're actually just going to flip ourselves onto our back body from here. And yeah, start to bend the knees now and make a little more contact with the earth, with our back body. There's a lot of low back strengthener, so stick with me here. Keep the feet on the earth for now. Little bit wider than your sit bones. And then just pull the shoulders back and down and rest your hand in Yoni Mudra, kind of below the belly button, right above the pubic bone. So you're making this kind of little diamond shape with the thumb and the pointer fingers. And then from here, just very slowly start to circle around the sacrum. All right, so there'll be a little bit of arcing, and then a little kind of circling toward the side body, and then a little scooping. Yeah. Just a sweet massage. Breath is full. Switch directions. Yeah. And then center, relax everything for a full breath. Got it. And now hugging your knees to your belly, take your time. As you inhale, you can kind of straighten your elbows and press the knees slightly away. It's just a little pulse. And then as you exhale, bend the elbows and give it a nice little squeeze. And just do that about 3 more rounds of breath. Really just kind of easing, receiving the hydration, these nourishing tears, right? All the tears, the rains, oceans, the rivers. Yeah. And then just let the knees do a little circling, like you're drawing a circle on the ceiling. Switch directions. And then if it feels okay, you might lift your forehead to your knees. Yeah. Head to the earth, and then just if there's any final anything that'll have you feel resolved, please move into that now. Maybe a little windshield wipering of the knees. Yeah. And kind of with those open mouth exhales, I find it a lot easier to really relax the root of my tongue.
You can kind of draw that relaxation through the inside of your spine, all the way to your pelvic floor and the soles of your feet. Yeah, and then whenever you're ready, right, Shavasana. We're just going to do one more kind of Dakini's breath here. This is the ocean breath. And so it's a really kind of subtle inhale. Draw that in through open mouth. And then the exhale is, and you can kind of change the shape of your lips as you exhale for that deep ocean sound. And let's try that 2 more rounds. Inhale through open mouth. Just feeling now your breath has deepened ever so slightly. Just connecting you with the sound of you. This is your personal mantra, your breath. And I've been sensing all the sounds around you, right? The symphony of breath, breathing. It's connected right into the center of your heart. Ooh. Now, and with no hurry whatsoever, a little stirring. You might bend your knees. Just make your way on to one side whenever you're ready.
And as you breathe in, just as effortlessly as possible, just make your way to a seated position, and we'll keep our eyes closed here. And just a moment, settling into a place of open awareness, and really just noticing your baseline now. Right, so movement is not something that we do, right? It's something that we are. And so just notice your whole system, kind of this fluid matrix, this alchemy of presence. And then see if you can just kind of rest a little deeper into the backdrop of stillness. And then floating the palms together, right? Even held in that container of right now. Let's tone one final Om to seal our practice, like full and rich, kind of tending inside and all around you as we breathe in. It'd be an open mouth exhale. Breathe in here. Namaste. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your hearts, your breath, and sharing this space. Again, I'm Asiana, and it's just such a joy to get to be with you all in this way. I'll be here tomorrow morning at 9:15 as well, and really just stay tuned here with Karma as we're staying tuned, right, to the next evolute. Yeah. Feel free to reach out to me here. I am starting to open up my bodywork practice again come June, where I'll be working with just one client a day, just to keep things really refined in terms of bodies and cleanliness. You can find me at restorevitalbalance.com. And I just love you all so much. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Namaste.